So we've all been told it at some point, right? Maybe in an argument or something.
Oh, for sure.
That phrase, stop being so childish, it's like the ultimate shutdown.
It really is. It basically means you're being irrational or messy. But what's so interesting about the sources we looked at today is how they completely flip that idea.
Yeah.
They draw this really sharp line between being childish and being childlike.
A huge distinction. And that's what this deep dive is all about.
Yeah, we're not talking about, having a tantrum because you want a candy bar.
Yep.
The core of being childlike, according to this material, is actually flexibility without losing coherence.
Flexibility without losing coherence. I love that phrasing. It makes it sound less like a step back and more like a better way of processing the world.
It is.
Yeah.
Think about how we as adults tend to filter everything. We have our past mistakes, our reputation, our fears.
We're constantly running a script.
Exactly. But this childlike awareness is defined as direct contact. You meet an experience head-on without first asking, how does this make me look? Or what's the most efficient way to handle this?
You're just responding in real time because you aren't defending some fixed idea of who you are.
Precisely.
Okay, but I have to push back a little. We need some sort of identity. We need structure, don't we? We can't just be these, I don't know, fluid blobs reacting to everything.
No, absolutely not. And the sources are very clear on this. The opposite of this flexibility isn't stability, it's rigidity.
Ah.
And we tend to confuse the two. We think being a mature adult means being rigid, unshakable. But one of the authors had this incredible line. They said, rigidity is protection that is hardened.
Wow. Yeah, that one really stood out to me too. It reframes the whole thing. So being rigid isn't a sign of discipline, it's a sign of old fear.
It's a scar.
Yeah.
It means at some point in your past, being flexible felt dangerous, so you locked down.
You built a wall.
You built a wall.
Okay.
But true strength, what the research here is calling dynamic stability, is more like a skyscraper in an earthquake.
It's designed to sway because if it stands perfectly still.
It snaps.
Yeah.
It breaks. And the number one thing that makes us brittle, that stops us from swaying, is what the text calls narrating failure.
This was the biggest insight for me. The idea that what separates someone who learns quickly from an adult who's stuck is the story they tell themselves right after they fail.
Right. I mean, look at a toddler learning to walk. They fall down a lot.
Constantly.
Do they sit there and think, well, I'm a failure. This walking thing isn't for me. This is just humiliating.
Yeah, they get back up.
They just get up. They take the physical feedback. Oops, I was off balance. And they recalibrate. They try again. But us, we fall. And we spend the next hour or day just analyzing it.
We interpret before we respond. What does this mean about me? Whose fault was it?
And that interpretation, that's the lag. That's the friction. The childlike state it skips the narrative. It treats the failure purely as data, and that is dynamic stability.
So for someone listening who's, dealing with real-world pressures, a mortgage, deadlines, this isn't about ignoring responsibility.
Not at all. It's about how you approach it. The sources talk a lot about creating a sense of safety. You can't just force yourself to be flexible.
Right. It has to feel safe to bend.
Yes. The goal they lay out is seriousness without severity. You can be serious about your work, but you don't have to be severe with yourself when you mess up.
Structure without suffocation.
Exactly that. You're not trying to escape anything. You're just setting down the unnecessary armor, the armor you thought you needed to carry all that responsibility.
That's a really powerful place to end. We all carry this armor thinking it keeps us safe. So I want to leave you with this question. Look at the place in your life where you feel the most stuck. Is that rigid armor you're wearing actually protecting you? Or is it just keeping you from moving? Maybe the safest thing you can do right now is not to stand your ground, but to finally give yourself permission to bend.